So, today I'm going to demonstrate how I convert my 25mm square, 150mm long Blackwood stock into 4 thin slabs that are perfectly milled flat on both sides. This is a finished piece. This particular piece is milled down to, it's just 4.9mm thick. Now, to start off with this block. Now, these, although they're sold as squares, they're rarely actually square. This one, I don't know if you can actually see, is almost diamond shaped. So the first job is to mill all 4 surfaces to create a square, and we use these surfaces as reference points for cutting in half lengthways on the bandsaw. And then when that's cut in half, you end up with 2 pieces. Then you mill the rough bandsaw surfaces, so you get 2 perfectly square pieces. Then I cut those in half again with the bandsaw, and today's job is to take these to the final dimension of, usually works out about between 4.5 and 5mm, depending on how big the stock is to begin with. They usually come, they're sold as 25mm square, but some of them can be as big as 27mm square. So from a 27mm square piece, you can usually get bits as thick as 5mm, but with the loss that you get from the saw blade and from the milling. This piece is set up already in the mill. So the cutter for this particular job is a fly cutter. This fly cutter is 3 inches in diameter, 1 inch thick, or 75mm diameter, and 25mm thick. The body is aluminium. The shaft that is attached into the collet chuck is a length of N12 threaded rod or studding, and that's screwed in both ends, and it's doubly secured with lots of super glue just to kind of lock everything in place. The cutter itself is a standard lathe tool bit, 1/4 inch square, and I have ground the tip of the cutter to a semicircular profile, and the release angle is about 65 degrees. I don't usually bother too much with angle geometry. I mean, there will be an optimal angle to grind this at to get the better results, but I find that between 60-65mm thereabouts is usually pretty good for milling most stock. Certainly for milling wood it's fine, for milling blackwood it's perfectly fine, and for brass I'm sure if I was to use the optimal cutting angle, I'd have more success in milling steel, certainly tool steel, which is a lot harder than mild steel. But most of my work in this is actually just milling wood. There are a number of woods that are suitable for this technique. Blackwood, obviously, lignum vitae is great because it's so hard. You get an almost glass finish just from this single point cutter. Boxwood is also good, as is cocoa bolo. Pink ivory is also really good because it's really hard. Basically, any woods that have a specific gravity greater than water, so woods that sink really are usually pretty good. Snakewood's also good. You get a really nice glassy finish with that. For all fly cutting, you want to run the cutter as fast as possible, and so I have my mill set to the fastest pulley. I'm not entirely certain what that speed is. The motor is 1,750 RPM, and I'm not sure what the ratio is because I've just turned the pulleys to like a 2-tier pulley set with 5 speeds. It's probably up near 3,000, 2,500 to 3,000 RPM. So let's just do it to it. easy as that. Now, that's finished. Now that is a perfect gluing surface, perfectly flat. There are a few slight marks from the cutter, a few arcs from where the cutter has taken its path. That will be easily removed with 400 grit sandpaper, and then 600 grit or 400 grit, and then on the fibre mop, which is basically a non-woven, kind of like Scotch-Brite, that same kind of thing. This finished diameter is 4.6 millimeters. So obviously this came from a original piece that was original block that was 25 millimeters or so. Yeah, not sure what else I can say. I think that's just about it, really. Any questions? Feel free. Cheers.